Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back, and today I have an interesting video for you. Today I want to talk about Olight, and as you can see here, I have a couple headlamps. Right here, we're taking a look at the Olight Perun, which this was a fantastic headlamp. And I think you guys are going to be very, very happy with the announcement of the brand new Perun 2 from Olight. Super excited to be able to share this with you finally. I've been playing with this thing, and I'm here to tell you it's bad to the bone. 2,500 lumens on the maximum output, 166 meters of throw. And this is a limited edition color at the launch of this light, so it's coming in orange. I've already taken it out of the package. I've already played with it. Let me go ahead and zoom on in right here for you. And you can feel free to pause your screen if you want to read this description. And let's bump down to the features here for you. And then last but not least, here is the specifications. So as you can see, the run times on this light are fantastic. Now the big change that they've done versus the original Perun is they have released this operating on the 21700 battery instead of the 18650s like we saw on the H2R and the original Perun. Now the original Perun is still one of my favorites, and this one is not going to upset, I can promise you that. So we're going to open this up. You can see right here it talks about the insulation film, the protection on the lens, it talks about the charging and things like that. It also talks about the built-in sensor, the proximity switch that will dim the light, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. So one thing that I want to tell you right off the bat that I'm super excited about, not just the launch of this light, but the fact that it comes with a head strap. And it doesn't come with this type of a head strap that we used to get on the H2R. And then remember when they released the Perun, you had to buy this strap separate. So when they did the Perun 2 here, yeah, I'm very happy about it because it does come with a head strap. And the head strap reminds me of the head strap that you would see on the H1R. So here is a first look at the very beautiful Olight Perun 2. I just love the way this light looks. It is fantastic. Look at those heat dissipators, are very aggressive. There's the switch with the black bezel around it. And then let's pull this off and take a quick look at the lens of the light. It reminds me of the same type of lens that we saw on the original Perun. So very similar. It also has the proximity sensor, a dual direction pocket clip, magnetic recharging. Now one thing that I was a little bit frustrated with on the launch of this light, not trying to be bougie or nothing, but you know, I would like to see something like this on this. That would have been really cool if they could have done one of those things, like, you know, the Warrior Mini that I showed you. But this is absolutely beautiful. Look at that work. That is very cool looking. Like a helix type pattern. And then you can pull this off, this pocket clip, just pull straight off. And let's take a look at the battery that's included. This runs on a 21700 battery. There's that insulation film. We need to pull that out. So 21700 battery, 4,000 milliamp hour. So there's a look at the battery. It's a 21700 operating at 4,000 milliamp hour, 3.6 volts. This is a proprietary battery. However, I will say that I'm very excited about this Perun 2 because it will run on a button top non-proprietary 21700. It'll work just fine. You'll just lose the ability to magnetically recharge, but the light will work. It won't do that off of a flat top. it has to be the button top 21700. So looking down inside the battery tube, you can see it's a very clean build down in there. Very nice job they did. So to insert the battery, we're going to put the positive towards the tail or the charging portion of the light. The negative or the flat part goes towards the head of the light. This build is very, very nice. This light, they've done a really good job in the development of this light. As you turn this and screw this down, you can see that it sandwiches over that O-ring. That gives you the IPX8 waterproof rating that this light has. It also carries a 1.5 meter impact resistance rating. So operating this light is extremely simple. The operation is identical to the original Perun. So to get to moonlight mode, we're just going to long press the button. You can see we got 5 lumens there. That'll last 12.5 days. If we push and hold, we'll go up to low. That's 30 lumens for 66 hours. If you want to convert that into days, that's 2.75 days. If we go up there, we're at medium. That's 120 lumens. That'll last 18 hours. So that's pretty cool. And then go up to high. High is 500 lumens, 270 minutes or 4.5 hours of runtime. And then, of course, if I double press, you'll see that I get to that turbo. 2500 lumens, that'll last 2 minutes, as long as you're not close to nothing. And then it'll drop down to 800 lumens for an additional 2.91 hours or 175 minutes of runtime. Cool. Triple press, 1, 2, 3, it gets you to SOS mode. So just like the previous Perun. Now this light does have a memory, just like before. So we'll go down here. Now, if you're on the Perun 2, and let's say we're on turbo, for example, and you get that proximity, it does not specify what it drops down to. Where the original Perun, when the proximity would reduce the brightness of the light, it would take it down to low. But on this one, it just kind of takes it down. The proximity sensor looks much different. It's a little bit smaller. Holding them side to side against each other, you can see that it's much smaller of a sensor. I think it's an improvement. I think it works better. Again, the owner's manual does not specify what it'll drop down to. I think it just kind of drops as needed. Very cool though. So again, on turbo, you get 2500 lumens for 2 minutes, and then it'll drop down to 800 lumens for 175 minutes. That's 2.91 hours. And that's pretty cool. The maximum throw on this light is 166 meters. Now, another thing that's really cool about it is if you have maybe a Seeker 2, Seeker 2 Pro, if you have the M2R Pro Warrior, the Warrior X Turbo, the Warrior X Pro, you can run those batteries in this light as well, and they operate at 5,000 milliamp hours, so the run times would increase even more. So that's pretty crazy, because if you look at the battery here on the original Perun, it's an 18650 battery operating at 3,500 milliamp hour. So to go up to the 21700 at 4,000, we've only gained 500 milliamp hour. Now, if you take that battery out and you put a 5,000 milliamp hour, I would guess that you would increase by 50%. So that's pretty crazy. The candela rating on this light is 6889. The IPX8 rating of waterproofness, it's impact resistant down to 1.5 meters. The length of the light is 4.75 inches or 120.7 millimeters. The diameter of the light is 1.13 inches or 28.6 millimeters. And the weight of the light is 5.68 ounces with the battery included in that weight, or that's 161 grams. So it's very cool. Again, the operation is identical to the original Perun. The low power mode is pretty cool, and they did make a small change on this, and that's the vibration thing. So it'll vibrate once every 30 seconds when your battery life gets below 10%. And it's exactly the same on this one, but when they came out with the Perun 2, everything is identical with that low power mode, except it will not work in moonlight mode. So that's pretty cool. So when you're in moonlight mode, you're not draining the battery even more by making the light vibrate. So I really like that change. Again, this light does come with a head strap. So we're going to take a look and see what else is included in this package. Right here, we have a charger. We have a lanyard. So we've got the MCC3 charger. You got USB 2 to MCC3. So this will charge at 1 amp, 1.5 amp, or 2 amp, depending on what kind of light you get. Now, when you first charge this thing from the factory, it takes about 3.5 hours to charge this thing. I've already done that. So you can plug this in to your solar panel, your battery bank, your vehicle. You can charge it off of the wall outlet. There's just a lot of options for you to charge these lights. I love the magnetic charging system that Olight has. Here is the lanyard and the lanyard tool. Okay, so they give you a little tool and they give you a little lanyard. So I wish they would go back to the lanyards the way they used to do them, where they put the little wire at the end of the lanyard. I kind of wish they would do that. So that's that. That's the charger. And then right in here, the last thing in this box, we'll move that out of the way. We're going to see the owner's manual, which I've already talked about pretty much everything about the light. So I'm not even going to get into that. And then the next thing, this is cool. They included this with the light. There's nothing left in the box. This is the head strap. Looks like a giant version of, like I said earlier, what they used to do with the H1R, and it's good. I don't know if it's magnetic or not. I don't feel any magnet in there. So you insert, I'm getting ahead of myself. You got to take the pocket clip off. Once the pocket clip's off, you can insert this light right onto that rubber. And look at that, it fits perfect. And that is a beefy, beefy strap. They did a phenomenal job with this. I think they hit a home run on this strap. It looks really good and it fits, and you can orient that light any angle you want it to be. I just really like this Perun 2. I think this thing is going to do a fantastic job. Very cool light from Olight. Again, I hope that you're getting some good details out of this video and getting some good looks at it. This thing is fabulous. I love this head strap and the fact that it comes with one. When they released the Perun, which I love this light, it's still awesome light. When they released this, they did not have a head strap with it. Does this fit? Yeah, it's pretty loose. I was wondering if it would fit. Okay, let's take a look at these lights. I want to test the magnet on this light. So there's my fridge. There's the original Perun. Perun magnet feels good. This magnet feels a little bit stronger than the Perun. And I think what it is I think it's because it's a bigger diameter. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and test out the IPX8 waterproof standard. So let's turn the light on. We are on moonlight mode. Let's bump that up to low actually. You can see that I have a kitchen sink full of water. Put the light in there and shake it around, and looks like it's doing just fine. No problems. Take it out of the water. Let's push and hold the button down and cycle through the modes. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Let's double press for turbo. Looks like that works pretty good. Let's triple press for SOS. And looks like that's working pretty good. Back underwater, let's push the button and the light turned off. I did that because I pushed the button. Now let's long press to get to moonlight mode. And you can see that that's working just fine. Again, double press for turbo, and look at that proximity. The proximity on this one is a lot better than the proximity on the Perun. This one doesn't go down to low like the Perun does. It actually goes down to medium. So I really like the changes that they did on the proximity on this light compared to what they had on the Perun. And I'll be doing a video here in the near future talking about that a little bit more, so stay tuned for that video. It's going to be interesting. Now let's go ahead and put it in one last time, shake it around real good, get it nice and wet, turn the light on, make sure that it's going to go into lockout mode, which it does. Let's go ahead and unlock the light. Everything works good, and back to SOS. How about that? So the IPX8 waterproof standard on this light works with flying colors, no problems. I'm very impressed. This is a good headlamp. And one thing that I really like about this Perun 2 is those large heat dissipator fins. They keep the heat reduced on the head of the light. Very, very cool. Okay, here are the night shots for the Olight Perun 2. Right now we are on moonlight mode. This is 5 lumens. And you can see very clearly what's going on. On this setting, it'll last 12.5 hours. Now, off in the distance, it doesn't really show too much that the camera's picking up, but this is actually a very good amount of light. Now, if I bump it up to low, we're dealing with 30 lumens. This will last for 66 hours, and that's 2.75 days. Bumping it up to medium, this is 120 lumens, and on this setting, it'll last for 18 hours of runtime. And then let's jump it up to high. We're dealing with 500 lumens for 270 minutes. That's 4.5 hours of runtime. That is a lot of light, again, to be coming out of this light here. Now let's double press for turbo. We're going to see 2,500 lumens for 2 minutes. Then it's going to drop down to 800 lumens for 175 minutes, which is 2.91 hours. And that is a remarkable amount of light. Now, if I triple press, let's take a look at that SOS. It does it for you, and it looks like the SOS comes on to a very bright pattern. So very cool. Single press will turn the light off. And then again, a long press brings me back to the moonlight mode. Again, 5 lumens for 12.5 days. And then now I'll cycle up through the modes, low, medium, and high. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Let's double press turbo one more time. That is turbo. 2,500 lumens. I really like this light. I know I've said that before in this video, but this thing really puts out a lot of light. It makes things very easy to see in this room. Even if we go down to, like, say, medium, for example. 120 lumens for 18 hours of runtime. That's pretty respectful. Hope you enjoyed these night shots. Perun 2 is gonna be hitting a home run. This is awesome. So please stay tuned to my channel, because there's gonna be a flash sale coming up where you can find this at a discounted price. Stay tuned for that video. Man, I'm just so excited. This is a beautiful light. I want to say thank you to Olight for sending this out for review. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Please make sure you're checking the description box down below, because I'll put my affiliate link, and if you use that, it helps me out. It helps me continue to be able to do these fabulous videos that I do for you guys. I love doing these flashlight reviews and things. So I thank you for that. And until next time, folks, again, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.